Winning big or striking it rich overnight often seems like a dream, but for some, it quickly becomes a complex reality with unexpected challenges. Let's decode the darker side of becoming an overnight millionaire. The sudden shift from an average financial status to immense wealth often brings with it an unexpected and often overlooked companion: psychological strain. The phenomenon known as sudden wealth syndrome encapsulates the range of emotional and mental challenges that can accompany a rapid increase in one's net worth. Sudden wealth syndrome isn't a medically recognized condition, but is a term used to describe the stress, anxiety, and identity crises that can follow an abrupt financial windfall. For many, the instant change in wealth status brings about a sense of overwhelm and disorientation. The future, once planned and predictable, now seems uncertain and fraught with complex decisions. Individuals who experience this syndrome often struggle with guilt, especially if their gain comes at a time of economic difficulty for others. They may feel undeserving or guilty for their good fortune, leading to a state of constant anxiety and unease. This guilt can be compounded by a barrage of requests for financial assistance from friends, family, and even strangers, making it difficult for the individual to set boundaries and manage relationships effectively. Additionally, the fear of losing their newfound wealth can lead to paranoia and constant worry. Overnight millionaires might obsess over investment decisions or become overly frugal, fearing a return to their previous financial state. This constant anxiety can lead to sleepless nights, strained relationships, and a decreased quality of life. The mental and emotional impact of sudden wealth can also trigger an identity crisis. Individuals may struggle with how their new status changes their perception of themselves and how they're viewed by others. They might feel disconnected from their former peer group and find it challenging to establish genuine connections in their new social circle, leading to feelings of isolation and loneliness. In some cases, the psychological impact of sudden wealth can lead to more severe mental health issues like depression or substance abuse, as individuals grapple with the drastic changes in their lives. Without proper support and guidance, managing these mental and emotional challenges can be overwhelming. The story of Jack Whitaker, who won a $315 million Powerball jackpot, is a poignant example. Despite his initial joy, Whitaker's life became fraught with personal loss, legal issues, and loneliness, illustrating the complex emotional landscape that can accompany sudden wealth. From the mental turmoil of sudden wealth syndrome, let's discuss how newfound riches reshape personal connections in changing relationships. When someone suddenly becomes wealthy, their relationships often undergo a seismic shift. This sudden change in financial status can dramatically alter the dynamics between the newly wealthy individual and their friends, family, and acquaintances, leading to unforeseen complications and, in some cases, deep-seated isolation. One of the most immediate changes is in how others perceive and interact with the person who has come into wealth. Friends and family may start to view them as a financial resource, leading to an increase in requests for loans or gifts. These requests can place a significant strain on relationships, as the millionaire struggles to distinguish between genuine need and opportunistic greed. The pressure to provide financial assistance can become a source of tension and conflict, leading to strained or broken relationships. Moreover, the overnight millionaire might feel that their relationships have become transactional, with every interaction tinged with expectations of financial support. This perception can lead to distrust and skepticism, making it challenging to maintain authentic and meaningful relationships. The fear of being used for their wealth can lead to paranoia, causing the individual to withdraw from social interactions and become isolated. The lifestyle change that often accompanies newfound wealth can also create a rift. The millionaire's ability to engage in expensive hobbies, travel extensively, or move to a more affluent community can create a physical and emotional distance from their previous social circles. They may find it hard to relate to the day-to-day concerns of their friends and family, leading to a sense of disconnection and loneliness. Additionally, wealthy individuals may find it challenging to form new relationships, They might question whether people are drawn to them or their wealth, leading to difficulties in establishing genuine connections. This skepticism can extend to romantic relationships, where the fear of being loved for money rather than for who they are as a person is a constant concern. A notable example is the story of lottery winner Andrew "Jack" Whitaker. Despite a substantial win, Whitaker faced numerous personal challenges, including strained relationships and trust issues, which contributed to his eventual financial and emotional downfall. Now, let's navigate the treacherous waters of financial mismanagement. How does handling a fortune go awry? Financial mismanagement is a common pitfall for many who suddenly find themselves wealthy, often due to a lack of financial literacy. Suddenly having a large amount of money can be overwhelming, and without the knowledge or experience in managing significant funds, it's easy to make costly mistakes. One of the primary issues is a lack of understanding of how to handle and invest large sums. Without a solid grasp of financial planning, budgeting, and investment strategies, new millionaires may find themselves spending recklessly or investing in high-risk ventures without proper due diligence. They might underestimate the importance of setting aside money for taxes, leading to substantial debts to the government. Impulse spending is another significant issue. The sudden ability to buy anything can lead to a series of extravagant purchases: luxury cars, mansions, expensive vacations, and lavish parties. While these expenditures might feel justifiable given the newfound wealth, they can quickly deplete funds, especially if the income is not recurring or the wealth is not invested wisely. Poor investment decisions are also a common problem. New millionaires might put their money into risky investments or fall prey to scams promising high returns. Without proper financial advice, they may put their entire fortune at risk. The story of Michael Carroll, a lottery winner, illustrates these challenges. Despite winning a substantial sum, Carroll's lack of financial knowledge led him to spend his fortune on a lavish lifestyle and bad investments, ultimately leading to bankruptcy. Effective money management requires an understanding of the value of financial advisors, the importance of creating a budget, and knowledge of investment risks and opportunities. It also involves learning to say no to unwise spending and investment propositions. Moving from the pitfalls of financial mismanagement, next is the often invasive loss of privacy. How does public exposure affect the newly wealthy? The sudden transition to wealth often brings with it an unexpected and unwelcome spotlight. Overnight millionaires frequently find themselves thrust into the public eye, leading to a significant loss of privacy. This increased attention can come from various sources: media, the public, long-lost acquaintances, and even strangers, all curious about or wanting a piece of their newfound fortune. One of the immediate effects of this heightened exposure is the invasion of personal space. Media outlets, both traditional and social, often jump at the chance to tell the story of a new millionaire, sometimes with scant regard for their privacy. Their backgrounds, personal lives, and even financial details are scrutinized and laid bare for public consumption. For many new millionaires, this can be overwhelming and disconcerting. Another aspect of this loss of privacy is the barrage of requests and solicitations from strangers and distant relatives. Many overnight millionaires report receiving a constant stream of letters, emails, and phone calls asking for money, investment in businesses, or participation in charitable causes. These requests not only invade their privacy, but also place them in uncomfortable positions, forcing them to navigate a plethora of appeals and sometimes outright scams. Moreover, there's a loss of anonymity that comes with sudden wealth. Overnight millionaires might find it hard to go about their daily lives without being recognized or approached by people. Simple activities like dining out, shopping, or attending public events can become challenging when faced with constant attention and the fear of being recognized. A notable example of this is the case of lottery winner Andrew "Jack" Whitaker. His lottery win was widely publicized, leading to intense public scrutiny. He faced numerous thefts and was constantly approached by people seeking money, significantly impacting his personal life and contributing to his eventual financial and emotional difficulties. From the glaring spotlight of loss of privacy, we enter the realm of legal and security issues. What challenges lurk in the shadows of sudden wealth? Sudden wealth often brings with it a host of legal and security issues that can be both daunting and complex. The influx of a large sum of money can make individuals targets for lawsuits and personal security threats, changing their lives in ways they never anticipated. One of the most immediate legal concerns for new millionaires is the potential for litigation. The more money people are known to have, the more likely they are to be seen as targets for lawsuits. These can range from from personal injury claims to disputes over the legitimacy of financial transactions. In some cases, even family members or close friends might bring legal challenges over claims to the wealth, leading to emotionally charged court battles. Another legal issue that arises with newfound wealth involves contracts and business deals. Overnight millionaires might find themselves navigating complex investment opportunities or business ventures. Without proper legal advice, they risk entering into agreements that may not be in their best interest, potentially leading to significant financial losses or legal entanglements. Personal security is another major concern. High net worth individuals often have to think about their safety and privacy in ways they never did before. This might include dealing with stalking, theft, or even kidnapping attempts. The need for increased security measures, such as hiring personal security staff, installing advanced home security systems, and using secure modes of transportation becomes essential. A well-known example of these challenges is seen in the life of Jack Whittaker, the Powerball jackpot winner. After winning, Whittaker faced numerous lawsuits and personal security issues, including thefts and threats to his family's safety. His story is a stark reminder of the unforeseen challenges that come with immense wealth. Leaving behind the legal labyrinths, we confront the pressure of philanthropy. How heavy is the weight of giving? Becoming an overnight millionaire often brings an unanticipated and sometimes overwhelming expectation to engage in philanthropy. With great wealth comes a societal assumption that one should contribute significantly to charitable causes. This pressure can be both a blessing and a burden, impacting the lives of the wealthy in various ways. For many new millionaires, the desire to give back is instinctual and rewarding. Philanthropy offers an opportunity to make a positive impact on the world, supporting causes and organizations that align with their values and beliefs. It's a chance to use their newfound wealth to bring about change and help those in need. However, the decision of where, how much, and when to donate can be daunting, especially without prior experience in charitable giving. Moreover, the expectation to engage in philanthropy often comes with intense public scrutiny. The public and media frequently watch and judge the charitable actions of the wealthy. This scrutiny can lead to criticism if the amount given is deemed insufficient, or if the causes supported are not in line with public expectations. For the new millionaire, this can add an extra layer of stress and pressure, turning what should be a fulfilling activity into a source of anxiety. Another challenge is the influx of requests for donations. New millionaires are often inundated with appeals from charities, community organizations, and individuals seeking financial assistance. Navigating these requests and determining which to fulfill can be overwhelming. The fear of being perceived as selfish or uncaring if they refuse a request can weigh heavily on them. There's also the risk of philanthropic endeavors being mismanaged. Without proper knowledge or advice, donations might not be used effectively, or the new millionaire might become involved in fraudulent schemes masquerading as charitable causes. One example of the philanthropic pressure faced by overnight millionaires is seen in the experience of lottery winners. Many winners have spoken about the constant barrage of requests for financial aid and the struggle to determine how to allocate their charitable giving effectively. Transitioning from the complexities of charity, we now face lifestyle inflation. Can the opulent life sustain itself, or does it spiral out of control? Lifestyle inflation, a common occurrence among new millionaires, refers to the increase in spending when one's income goes up. This phenomenon can quickly lead to unsustainable financial habits, especially for those who experience a sudden windfall. The allure of a luxurious lifestyle can be tempting, but without careful planning, it can erode even the most substantial fortunes. When individuals suddenly come into a large sum of money, there's often an instinctive urge to upgrade their lifestyle. This might include buying a bigger house, expensive cars, designer clothes, and indulging in lavish vacations. While these purchases can bring short-term joy, they also set a new standard for living, which requires more funds to maintain. This escalation of expenses is where the risk lies. As lifestyle costs increase, the likelihood of depleting wealth increases if the income doesn't sustain these new expenses. Lifestyle inflation doesn't just stop at tangible goods. It often extends to daily habits and social activities. Dining at upscale restaurants, frequenting exclusive clubs, and hosting extravagant parties become the norm, significantly driving up living costs. There's also a social element to this. New millionaires often find themselves in wealthier social circles, where there's subtle pressure to match the spending habits of their affluent peers. The story story of Michael Carroll, a lottery winner, serves as a cautionary tale of lifestyle inflation. After winning a significant amount in the lottery, Carroll quickly spent his fortune on a lavish lifestyle that included luxury cars, opulent parties, and expensive jewelry. This extravagant spending ultimately led to his bankruptcy. Now, there's the internal struggle of an identity crisis. How does newfound wealth redefine self-perception? Sudden wealth can bring about an identity crisis, a profound internal conflict that arises as individuals grapple with their new financial status. This transformation goes beyond just lifestyle changes. It's about how individuals perceive themselves and how they're perceived by others. The transition from a regular life to one of immense wealth can cause confusion and uncertainty about one's role and place in society. For many overnight millionaires, their wealth becomes a defining characteristic, overshadowing other aspects of their identity. They may struggle with questions like, who am I beyond my wealth? Or, do people like me for who I am or for my money? This can lead to a sense of loss of the authentic self, as the lines between their true identity and their identity as a wealthy individual become blurred. Moreover, this sudden change can create a disconnect between their past and present lives. Overnight millionaires often find that their old life and the new one are vastly different, and reconciling these two can be challenging. They might feel that they no longer fit in with their old friends and community, yet they also don't feel entirely at home in their new affluent lifestyle. This can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness as they struggle to find where they truly belong. The identity crisis can also stem from the way others treat them post-wealth. The change in attitudes and behavior from people around them, whether it's being overly fawned over or facing envy, can be disconcerting. This can cause new millionaires to question the genuineness of their relationships, further complicating their sense of self. A case in point is the story of Andrew "Jack" Whitaker, who won a large Powerball jackpot. Despite his good intentions, Whitaker found his life spiraling out of control as he dealt with various issues related to his win. His relationships, behavior, and values were all impacted, leading to a tumultuous period in his life. From the introspection of identity crisis, we tackle the burden of responsibility. What challenges come with stewarding a fortune? The sudden acquisition of wealth brings not just joy and excitement, but also a heavy burden of responsibility. Managing and maintaining substantial wealth is a daunting task that many new millionaires are not prepared for. This responsibility extends far beyond personal spending. It encompasses investment decisions, estate planning, philanthropy, and the stewardship of assets for future generations. One of the first challenges that new millionaires face is the decision of how to wisely allocate their wealth. This involves more than just picking the right investments. It's about creating a diversified portfolio that balances risk and aligns with their long-term financial goals. For someone not accustomed to dealing with large sums of money, this can be an overwhelming task. In addition to investment decisions, there's also the responsibility of estate planning. This includes deciding how to protect and preserve the wealth and determining how it will be distributed in the future. Estate planning is crucial for ensuring that wealth is managed according to the individual's wishes, and it often involves complex legal and financial considerations. Another aspect of this responsibility is philanthropy. Many new millionaires feel a moral obligation to give back to society. However, effective philanthropy requires more than just donating money. It involves thoughtful consideration of which causes to support and how to contribute in a way that makes a meaningful impact. An example of the burden of responsibility can be seen in the case of lottery winners. Many winners, unprepared for the task of managing such large sums, have made poor financial decisions that led to the loss of their fortunes. Now, let's confront the harsh glare of public scrutiny and judgment. How does the public eye impact those who suddenly strike it rich? The glare of public scrutiny and judgment is often an unanticipated and uncomfortable aspect of becoming an overnight millionaire. With sudden wealth, individuals can find themselves under the microscope of public opinion, which can significantly impact their well-being. When someone gains substantial wealth quickly, their story often captures public attention. This attention, while sometimes positive, can lead to invasive scrutiny of their personal life. The media, social media users, and the general public can become overly keenly interested in every aspect of the new millionaire's life, how they spend their money, their lifestyle choices, and even their past. This relentless attention can be overwhelming, stripping away privacy and leading to a feeling of being constantly watched and judged. Along with the scrutiny comes the judgment. Public opinion can be harsh and unforgiving, with people quick to criticize how the newly wealthy individual manages their money. Decisions about spending, investing, or donating are often dissected and discussed, sometimes leading to negative commentary and unsolicited advice. This can create pressure to conform to societal expectations and make publicly acceptable choices, rather than those that align with personal values and needs. The case of lottery winners is particularly illustrative of this phenomenon. Many lottery winners have spoken about the stress and anxiety caused by public scrutiny. For instance, some have faced judgment for not donating enough to charity or for continuing to live a modest lifestyle. The constant judgment can lead to second-guessing every decision and feeling the need to justify actions to the public. From the complex challenges of sudden riches, we've learned that wealth can be as fleeting as it is fulfilling. Curious about more? Watch the shocking stories of 20 lottery winners who lost it all and see how quickly fortune can change. Check out these tales of fortune and loss. And remember, true wealth isn't just about the money.